Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter Cross video. I am absolutely loving this game right now. I've been playing it all day. I played it last night, of course, when I uploaded that gameplay of Hororu for you guys. Hopefully you saw that. If you haven't, I will link it down below. But I've also been streaming this morning. I had like a super early morning stream just because I was like super hyped. Ran through loads of different weapons, tried out things like bow, like bowgun, hammer, dual swords, and I will of course be showing you guys all that footage over the coming days. But for the time being, I have had quite a few people asking if you can play as a Nyanta, and I have actually done that. I did that right at the beginning of the stream, but for any of you guys that missed it, I'm going to jump in right now and show you how it works. It's actually really good fun. I will say right now that I thought it was going to be a bit of a gimmick. Like when I first saw it, I was like, you know what, it'll be fine. Maybe I'll use them to like gather because of course it's faster to gather. I didn't really think much of the combat, but having actually played as them, it does actually work really well. Of course, it does take a little bit longer because you're not quite as powerful. So, you know, I imagine you'd either want to kind of pair this up with like a team of hunters, or if you want to run Nyantas, then you want to have 4 like all together. But either way, it is a lot of fun. Now we're going to hunt Great Maccau, but first I want to run you through some of the moves. So first thing worth mentioning, the actual Palico itself, it comes in with his own items. You can't actually use the items from the box. You can carry them if you want to. So for example, if you're on a team with people, you could then, you know, go there, go to your item pouch, select the item, and of course give it to your teammates. But for the purpose of this, we're only worried about what's actually in our Palico. So you can sprint infinitely. There's no actual stamina bar. Of course, oh, sorry, there's a mouse on the screen. I've got rid of it. You can sprint infinitely. There is, of course, no stamina bar. You can run, you know, as long as you want. When it comes to actually doing like evades, you can obviously jump forward. You can do lots of evades, but they do kind of work in threes, kind of like the Lance does. You can kind of do 3 quick evades, and then there's like a small cooldown period before you can do your next one. But either way, they are extremely agile. When your weapon is put away, if you hold down R and press B, you actually burrow underground. And there's no time limit to how long you can stay underground. You can stay there as long as you want. So of course, you know, when you start doing like multiplayer stuff, it could actually be kind of fun. If you imagine like turning off the HUD and just sort of sitting here, this is a pretty good cameraman apart from like the mud bouncing around the ground. And then of course you press B and you can jump out. Now as moves go, you basically have your standard like Y attack. So if you kind of continually press Y, you will then follow up with this lengthy combo and then ends up with this somersault. You can then also hold, or if you press A, you can throw your boomerang. If you hold A, you can of course do a charge one, and if you press X, you can actually follow up that boomerang with a attack. So it's good for like closing the gap, and it's also of course good for, you know, if you're aiming for the head of a monster, you can go like that and then just follow through. Now aside from that, in the bottom right hand corner you have this kind of special gauge, or like stamina gauge. Actually no, it's not stamina, it's like special gauge. So this will fill up, and as it kind of like fills up, it allows you to use different moves. So if you look at your actual item palette, you can see these have different numbers. So this is our health horn, this has 0 by it, then this is our first kind of special that has 1, and these ones have 2. And they basically, that kind of indicates the number of special blocks you actually need to have. So right now we have none, so I can only use my horn. But just like with the hunters, as I start hunting, I will of course start building up that bar. So let's get involved here and get started, shall we? Other thing worth mentioning, of course, when you're playing as a Nyanta as well, you don't, you can have like, you can die 3 times before it actually counts the cart. Those acorns at the top of the screen, they are actually kind of like my lives, so to speak. So once you've had like, your 3rd death actually counts the cart. So effectively you have 9 lives per cap, which is kind of fitting if you think about it that way. So you can see now in the bottom right corner, I've got a 1, which kind of obviously goes to show that I now have enough special bar to use any of the moves that have a 1 by them, i.e. just this one. So if I go and use this one now, press R and press Y together, then, oh, that was really badly timed, but you kind of did like this forward lunge. Now we're going to go and try and build up enough to do a double attack. You can also charge it faster. I'll hopefully try and demonstrate it a little bit later. When my Palicos get their pom-poms out and start doing a dance, I can actually kind of join in and it will charge my meter slightly faster, but I'll have to wait until they actually do that one. So let's start fighting this. In the stream I actually kind of fought against Hororu, who is of course the owl monster. He's it took a little bit longer because obviously he's like a medium monster, so I thought Great Maccau would be a good one because firstly it's a monster I haven't actually shown you guys on the channel, so hopefully this is a new gameplay for you anyway. Plus it's also in the Ancient Forest, which is a new map. This is a new map for Monster Hunter Cross, so it's an area you guys, unless of course from the trailers you would have seen it, but aside from that you guys wouldn't have actually seen it before. So once he does start fleeing at some point, hopefully we'll actually start venturing around and doing slightly more stuff. Now it's worth mentioning as well for Palicos, as mentioned, they're kind of like, one of their best strengths is of course gathering. Like they are a lot faster at gathering. So if you do need to do gathering quests, you know, like when you need to go out and do like egg quests or you know, things where you have to go and gather mushrooms and stuff, it's definitely worth changing to a Palico. It'll make your life a lot easier and it will definitely be a lot faster. Whoa. They do obviously have quite limited moves, but they do definitely work pretty well. As mentioned, I did initially go into this thinking, you know, it's going to be more kind of like a a gimmick. The monster will take ages to kill and it just be a little bit annoying, but it does actually, it's a lot of fun to play. It's just super, super fun. You know, of course, once I do start getting to like some of the later fights and I'm fighting some like serious monsters, I don't think I'm necessarily going to go in as a Palico. But that being said, this is definitely something that, I think it's definitely something you want to do like with friends. Like as a multiplayer thing, it's a lot of fun. But if you were trying to sort of, you know, if you, for example, if you're trying to farm a monster, okay, sorry, what am I doing? We've actually got some moves here. So let's go and do, let's use this bomb, shall we? There we go. Drop that. Yeah, if you were trying to like farm a monster, for example, you wouldn't go out trying to like farm parts quickly using a Palico, and Nyanta even. But with that being said, it does now, of course, mean that, you know, when in like Monster Hunter for Ultimate, I never really worried about what gear I gave my Palicos because ultimately they were basically just sort of like something for the monster to attack. However, now that you can actually play as a cat, you're going to want to make sure you do actually have some pretty good gear. Whee! It's actually going pretty well, this one. At least I feel like it is. I feel like I've done some pretty nice damage. Let's put that away and let's get after him. They do run pretty fast as well, which is nice. And of course, you do get, like, later on, I haven't got anything like here at the moment, but you do get different moves you can do to obviously buff your teammates. So if you were trying to go for like a super powerhouse team, you can have like a greatsword user and then a Nyanta, and you basically use the Nyanta to kind of buff your teammates as well as like hunting horn users and maybe like a light bowgun user, because light bowgun's got a cool bullet where you shoot your team and actually increase their attack and their defense, which is nice. So all of that paired together with like a greatsword with a, say, a level 10 charge would be pretty damn insane. So there's loads of really cool combos. I cannot wait to sort of see them kind of like come together in the actual full game. But for the time being, let's take this guy out. So this is actually the area that first time we ever saw this. This is where they fought Dino Valdo. So in the actual game, it's going to be pretty cool fighting here. But yeah, whee, nicely done. Look at that little Palico with his needle or her needle. Right, let's see. What do I want to get? I'm going to use... Let's try and use this. Let's try and actually land it this time, shall we? Hey, oh no, he missed! Oh, I can't believe it. Yes, nice. Whee! Let's try it again, shall we? Where you got it. Kind of wasn't really the best positioning, but it's all it'll do. They are really good at like evading as well. You can get because you can chain together these kind of 3 hops. And you can go sideways as well. So you know you can evade. Basically, like if you're a Lance player, then you'll be quite used to like the way that evasion works with a cat, so to speak. Yes, knocked over. Look at this. He is getting messed up. Hopefully this kind of goes to illustrate that, you know, Nyantas are actually pretty viable and they're not, you know, wimpy little cats. Let's try and get to... One thing worth noting is you do want to kind of watch your health though, because the actual hunting horn you have... hunting horn? The actual health horn you have isn't actually that strong. It won't heal you by a lot. I don't seem to be taking too much damage, but of course this is, you know, in the demo I wouldn't kind of take note too much to sort of the damage given, the damage taken, because, you know, gear is not exactly representative of what it'll be like in the final game. For example, when you're playing the hunters, they all have auto tracker, but that's clearly not going to be the case. So don't kind of, you know, rely too much on what you're seeing for damage values. Of course, the damage you're giving out is going to be pretty much there, but I generally, you know, the damage that I'm taking, I imagine when I do start doing some fights and I've got some not very good like armor, I imagine I'm going to get pretty slapped around, but either way. Yes. Nearly. I'm pretty sure he's got to be nearly there, right? Yes. Oh, knocked him out of the sky again. Let's go. Let's follow up with this move. Hiya! Oh yes, look at that. This is. Oh, let me get a bomb quickly. Bomb. Huh. Yes, look at that. This is going really well. I like this one. Oh no, I'm... Oopsie. I think I missed the buff state. Oh well. Come back, Great Maccau. Don't you run from me. What's this? Ooh, thank you. One of the cool new things as well, I might actually put together like a video on some of the new things coming out in game. But in fact, when you actually go to gather, if you hold down A, you don't actually have to. You can kind of continually gather. You might remember from like previous Monster Hunter games, if you wanted to gather as fast as possible, you would crouch and you would then press A because obviously the animation from gathering to crouching was a lot quicker than standing. But for both hunters and nyantas, you can actually just simply hold A and continually gather, which is really, really nice. Come back here. Where do you think you're going? I've got a bomb for you. Huh. Oh no, I missed it. Let's get in the face. Yes, for that. Oopsie. Let's go and find my special move down here. Yep, there we go. Hiya! No, he's running away. Don't you run away from me again. Stop running. Ah, where have you gone now? Thanks for the heal. Alright, don't worry. Don't you run from me. It's away. Of course, this is, again, another area in the fancy new forest. I don't actually have a pickaxe, so... Oh, actually, having said that, sorry. You don't actually need a pickaxe. If you're a cat, you don't need your items. You can simply gather. Anyway, you have infinite numbers of pickaxes, infinite bug nets, infinite fishing rods, anything you need basically to do gathering as a cat. You don't need to worry about getting items. You know, so for example, if you do suddenly want to go on a gathering quest, don't think, oh, I need to go and change my item box. Simply change to a cat and you can do everything you need, which is super nice. Right, he's asleep. If only I had the bomb. I don't, unfortunately, so I'll just go in with this move instead. Oh, I can't believe I missed! I missed a... Oh my gosh. Hashtag fail. I missed a monster that wasn't even moving. That is pretty embarrassing. Oh no. Let's try and get... let's see if we can KO it with this, shall we? Oh no, not again! Oh no, this is embarrassing. I am so sorry. Whoopsie. I missed, really. Right, third time's charm, eh? Yes! Whoopsie. I am... Fine line here. I think he must be super near death, but... Oh no, I did it, no! Not carts, but at least this kind of gets to sort of show you how it works. So, I just fainted, but I used an acorn, and now one of my acorns at the top of the screen disappears, and I'm now back in the action. It doesn't give me full health, it gives me like partial health, but... Let's see what we can do, shall we? Oi! I was hoping that would finish him. He must be like super close. He's probably like one shot away. Yay! There we go. That's it. There you have it. That, my friends, is how the Nyantas work. Of course, there'll be other stuff you can kind of get later on once we start progressing through the game, but for the time being, that is a quick look at Nyanta gameplay. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you keep it locked to the channel because I've got plenty more Monster Hunter Cross stuff coming your way over the coming days. You know, the game, of course, launches next week, but the demo is, of course, going to keep me busy until then, so there'll be Monster Hunter Cross videos every single day. I'm going to do loads of different stuff. Some of it will be tutorials, some of it will simply just me be, you know, playing games, having fun, just sort of like showing you guys what fun you can have in the game. But either way, expect lots of stuff there. And also, if you guys haven't already, make sure you follow me on Twitch. I do stream on Twitch. I've been kind of doing so for the past few months. But check out the link down below because I will be streaming Monster Hunter Cross possibly this evening and also definitely later on tomorrow. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.